Hello, Taurus. Thank you for clicking in. This is going to be a reading for love and relationships for the sign of Taurus for November 2017. And once again, I want to thank you for all your views and subscriptions and for joining me right now in this particular moment in space and time. I hope this reading finds you all well on your journey and a journey that you are happy in. That's what we want. My intention for the readings is always for healing, growth, and revelation. And for these being romantic relationship readings, I want to let you know that it doesn't matter if you're single or in a couple or if you're sun, moon, Taurus rising, as long as it pertains to love and you set your intention on a particular relationship with a person, a thing, maybe a puppy dog, and it falls in the line of Taurus, then this is the right reading for you. Okay, and again, these are general messages. They're not always going to resonate with 100% of the people 100% of the time. So take what you can with it out of that intention that you set. Okay, Taurus? I think Tarot's ready to go. Let's have a look and see what's going on in your cards. We're going to take a look at some intentions and expectations that you and another may have towards a relationship, towards love and romance, and some potential future outcomes. And we're just going to let Tarot do the talking as my fingers do the walking. Okay, now let's look right at you, Taurus. Let's see what we got going on. We've got a reversal on a Ten of Swords. So this is quite interesting. This is questioning a level of openness. Like, how open are you to receiving at this time? And for some of you, I feel like there's some sort of like health situation or issue that you may be overcoming at this time as well, that's setting you up for kind of a rejuvenation or rebirth. Maybe you've suffered some sort of setback and now you're getting back into maybe eating healthy, working out again, doing some yoga, getting fit, feeling self-confident again, rather than covering it up with, cake and Netflix and things like that. This card is asking you to be that Phoenix rising. Maybe there could be a wardrobe shift, something that you're doing to make yourself more attractive at this time. Inner work that you're doing that is becoming outwardly reflective. And for some of you, you are feeling absolutely over it in your mind about another person. I feel that somebody else could have you very frustrated, or you're just absolutely done with somebody. You've had enough of their games, enough of their bupkis behavior. Now, I can't swear, we keep it PG, right? But enough is enough of the BS, all right? Some of you are feeling that way towards another, and that's okay. We all have those feelings. Oh, and look at the other, though. The other, when it comes to them, there is some serious anxiety. So whatever's going on here is very headstrong. Are there mental games that are being played? Are there behaviors that are being done that are affecting people without consideration and these sorts of things? These are the high-end sort of anxiety level mental cards that are going on here. Whatever's got you when it comes to your love life, Taurus, got you completely stressed out. We need to kind of calm down. We need to soothe it, and we need to let a soft answer be the voice of reason here and whatever's going on. If you're arguing with a partner, if you guys are yelling at each other, if you guys can't seem to get on the same page, that sort of thing, what I would strongly recommend is being in silence with that person, some non-verbal communication, just even ask that person if they're willing to try that just to get over whatever hump, because I would hate to see this arguing stuff continue and going on, and then it's like it feels worse, and then you ask, well, maybe you split up for a little while, then you get back together, and then you're like, why the heck have I done that? And then you're like, well, why are they not coming around? That sort of thing, right? This is all very mental. Thinking about love, trying to understand, trying to mentally manipulate, mentally control what love is when it really has to become its own thing, take its own course. I'm not saying that you're not aware of that, Taurus. There may have just been you may have just lost your way, lost your light due to a lot of emotional things that became too much for the mind to actually process, to actually to come to terms with the emotions that are at hand. Very intense, you guys, very intense situations. All right, that's what I've got. Your intention and expectation this time, you've got a reversal on a strength card here. So yeah, for some of you, you straight up had it. You've got to tell kind of this person maybe no more, or we can't continue fighting like this. I'm throwing the towel in. I've had enough. If you're going to come around, it's almost like got that ultimatum feel to it, because somebody is tired of fighting the fight. Somebody is tired of going, getting in the ring round after round and just getting knocked about emotionally. Okay, now for some of you, your intention could be set on a Leo at this time, a Leo who is maybe very neither here nor there. They maybe could be leading you on a little bit and then ghosting on you, or they could be in a situation where they are making promises, but then they ghost, that kind of thing, where it's sort of like this mini mental head game. And this lack of strength, this sort of allowing this to get to you and allowing it to eat away from you, is something you want to heal up here. All right, as far as your intention, you're a strong sign, you are a strong character, a strong person. You need that energy matched. And if this sort of bickering and mental things that are going on, if they're breeding passion, that's good. But if all they're doing is depleting energy, man, oh man, there's got to be a shift in thinking, or there's got to be some sort of change in behavior that goes on. Okay, their intention and expectation on the Emperor card reverse. Oh my goodness, you guys, if this is a Taurus relationships going on, heaven help us, this could get a little bit silly before it's over. And by silly, I mean not the good silly. This is I'm not even going to put it into metaphor, because when we see this Emperor reversed here on their side, their intention and expectation, they, I feel, have become very controlling. They have become all borderline manipulative. They may even use emotion to manipulate the way you think, because you can't, what is it, you're darned if you do and you're darned if you don't, kind of, like I said, I'm not going to swear, and it's how do you please this person when all they want to do is put themselves first, put themselves ahead of the decision making, ahead of any planning. Or if it's a situation where maybe one partner has got far more self-confidence or self-esteem than the other, and then they kind of, tout it about, sort of thing. And I won't make no bones about it. And again, fire signs keep coming up here. Now, it's interesting because we've got the Leo and then we've got the Aries, and both of them are flipped up here. So it just comes to sort of a level where they've reached it, they've got the narrow blinders on. They can only see one way. It's their way or the highway. And I think that's what, maybe you guys have had enough of it. Something's going on there. All right. Now, in the near future, we've got this Knight of Cups reversed, and this is rather neat. You may if you've had enough, you may be cutting this person off. That's what the Knight of Cups reversed says on a mundane level. That's it. If you're not going to treat me right, you're sleeping on the couch, or you're going out with Rover in the backyard tonight. That kind of thing. So a love offer could be rescinded, or a situation where somebody, Taurus, you may be feeling a little bit up in your mind, and you are preventing yourself from making love offerings at this time, or making yourself available. There may be some shyness that's going on with you, Taurus, that you just don't want to come out or invite yourself to an idea of rejection. There might be some of that going on, where it's you just don't want to do it because it's it would be heartbreaking, but really you have nothing to lose. But something going on to you guys rescinding a love offer, or not extending yourself out to receive a love offer at this time, okay? All right, in their near future, they pulled a reversal on 3 of Cups. So don't worry, they're not only pissing you off, they're kind of in a place where even their friends are starting to wonder, what's going on with this person? Something's going on deep down. There's a hurt that's happening here, where it's they're covering it up with some sort of egoic control, or heavy-duty doses of ego that have kind of maybe calloused over the heart chakra, and then everything else that's coming down is in the form of anxiety, and they're caught in a bit of vicious circle. My heart goes out to this person, because it's almost they have a lot of potential, they have a lot of power, but it's where is it coming from? It's egoic. It's to serve them, right? It's to serve some idea that they have. Rather than seeing themselves as part of a relationship, they're seeing themselves as the relationship. Or what was that old guy on that show, The Situation, they called him? This guy is the relationship, or a girl is the relationship. So they may be wanting you to validate them, appease them. I don't know. It's really weird and hard to see into. I won't lie, Taurus. Okay. Now, in the eventual outcome, you got a reversal on Knight of Pentacles. And this is quite interesting. If you're a young Taurus that's watching this, I want you to know that the experiences you're having now are kind of like the appetizer. Don't invest too much stock into makeups, breakups, and different personalities that you might engage with in love and in relationships because of your young age and because of the fact that they can be impactful. Like first loves can be impactful, and sometimes we tend to want to cling to them. But there's like so much more that is meant to occur to you in your life that we can't get hung up, or we can't allow our minds or our conditioned thinking to become too affected if somebody treats us badly, or if someone gives us the short end of the stick, or because we've all been there where it's like maybe we've been used, maybe we've been treated poorly, or maybe we've all been told something and then the opposite happens by somebody we trust, right? It's a part of that human journey where we learn about what levels of sort of unintentional betrayal can go on, because everybody's sort of after their own, they're out for themselves, and anxiety, you don't want to get into that trap, okay? And that's huge, Taurus, whatever that may be. Okay, wow. And for their outcome, they have got the devil card. So this person, unfortunately, what I'm seeing here, whoever you've got yourself mixed up with, if this is an Aries, or if this is somebody with a lot of fire in their charts, or potentially a Capricorn, this person needs to undergo some healing. This person needs to undergo sort of a soul or a consciousness awakening. They're too caught up in the 3D. They're too caught up in, what's going on in Hollywood, and, what's going on with keeping up with the Joneses, and, the six-figure bank accounts and that kind of thing. And there may even be other vices that are in there, whether it be gambling, whether it be drinking, whether it be, just a lack of empathy for other people, that they karmically will eventually learn that lesson. So this person is undergoing and needing to go through some healing at this time, okay? And I can't see into all of your individual lives and situations, but I would say, like, if you're feeling like this lack, if like stressed out by this person, you got to remove yourself at some level, at some point. Just, you don't have to make it an ultimatum. You can just go to a different room, a different place, a different hangout, maybe a different area, your workplace, whatever it takes, just to remove yourself from that situation. You may even find yourself circumnavigating yourself from this person, or the opposite could be true. If you've had enough and this person really means a lot to you and you're having a tough time pushing through it, you may want to sort of intervene or tell them, hey, your behavior is really kind of stinky lately. Like, I'll be the one to love you enough to set you in your place. That kind of thing. Okay, Taurus, I love you lots. Sorry these cards weren't a little bit better, but that's what we got, and we'll see you next time.